Hello, I'm Michael Gawk, and this is the Internet Advertising Podcast. Episode 9. I'd like to tell you today about importing affiliate conversions into Google Ads. It's not actually only affiliate conversions, it will be conversions from any outside source that you might want to put into Google Ads so you can optimize your ads better. So, let's get started. If you've used Google Ads, you know that it makes sense to count conversions inside Google Ads. That way you can have a separate column that says which keyword, which ad, which campaign, which targeting converted, and how much that conversion was worth. It also lets you take advantage of Google's advanced algorithms for automatically optimizing your ads. So if you have enough data, you have tens of conversions, say, a week, you can let Google try to set the CPC rates. Or if you're advertising on content, that's even more important because there's no way you can manually optimize as well as Google can with thousands or tens of thousands of websites and different visitors, different times of day, different browsers they're coming from. They might convert differently on mobile, on desktop. Google can take care of that for you, but only if you give it data. If you don't have conversion data in Google Ads, all Google can optimize for is clicks. And clicks don't always mean conversions. Especially on the content network, you can burn through hundreds, thousands of clicks with no conversions. So you want that conversion data. If you're advertising your own website, it's probably easy for you to put a Google code on the thank you page after you've gotten a lead or a sale. That way is the easiest, and Google gets all the data it needs. However, sometimes you can't control the thank you page, and you can't put that Google snippet on there, but you want the conversion data anyway. Now, this happens if you're an affiliate because you're sending traffic to somebody else's website, and they won't let you modify their code. They won't let you put Google conversion codes on the thank you page or Facebook pixels for that matter, or any other type of code. But it might also happen if you have a third-party system, for example, for managing bookings or for sales. They might not be flexible enough to let you put your own code on the thank you page. But of course, you have that data. You know if a conversion happened. So what you want to do is take that conversion data and feed it into Google. So how does this work actually? Well, the trick is that Google can tag every click that comes to your page from Google Ads with a specific ID. It's called GCLID. And that's basically a string of numbers and letters that identifies that click. So, the first thing you need to do is turn that on. You go into the top level of your account, click on Settings in the left-hand column. Then on the top, choose Account Settings. And the second option from the top is Auto Tagging. You want that to be yes. Now, every click that comes from Google Ads to that website you're advertising will have a parameter added in the URL. It will be GCLID equals something, 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 something. And every time it's going to be different. So that's the first step. The second step is for you to take that parameter, GCLID, and transfer it into your affiliate links or into your booking or sales engine so that that ID isn't lost. That ID is remembered and shows up with every conversion that happens. So if you have, if you're advertising an affiliate program, each system has a way for you to add your own parameters. Sometimes it's called EPI, sometimes it's called sub-ID, or it might be called something different. But make sure it can be long enough. In some systems, there are different parameters like sub-ID 1, sub-ID 2. Sometimes the first one can only be shorter, the second one can be longer. Check the documentation of your affiliate network and make sure you have a way to add a very long string. And what you do is you enter that, you take the GCLID from Google and you place it into your affiliate link. It can be done with a couple of lines of code in PHP, for example. So if they're coming to your website, your landing page, you can read that GCL ID from the URL and then add it to all the affiliate links that go on your page. So if somebody clicks through, that ID is added to that link. Now when a conversion happens, if you check the stats, you'll see that there is a parameter next to that conversion. It's a long string, and that string is Google's ID of the click. Now, the best way would be for you to have postbacks set in your affiliate network so that that's reported automatically back to your servers, each conversion, with those IDs. But if that's too complicated for you, you can say once a day, export a report of all the conversions and find the conversions that have that ID set. What you want to do is have a list of all the conversions that happened where you know the parameter of the Google click. You want to take that conversion data and import it into Google. There are a couple of things you have to do. First of all, you have to choose Tools at the top and Conversions. You have a screen where you have conversion actions. You have to add at least one conversion action, which will be a type of conversion that Google knows about and that can be imported. So you choose Tools, Conversions, add a conversion action, and choose the import type because you'll be importing these conversions. This won't be a conversion that's automatically tracked by Google. It will be imported by you into Google Ads. Once you do that, you can set if you want a default value for that, or if you're going to be setting the value, you can also set if that conversion will be counted every time it happens, or if it's a type of conversion that only makes sense once. Now, if it's a lead for a newsletter, you want it to only be counted once. If someone signs up for the newsletter a second time, that's not really worth anything to you. But if that's a conversion type, a sale, then you can count it every time because every time someone buys something, you're making money. In fact, you want the person to buy many times, so you want to track it lots of times, not just once. One thing you want to remember is to set a name of that conversion to be not too complicated and write it down somewhere. You'll need that exact name later. The next step is creating a file that Google can read. You can go to Uploads. On the left in the column, you have Uploads. Then you can click the plus sign as if you're about to upload something. And you have templates. You can download a template to see what it's supposed to look like. You can have Excel files. You can have CSV, that's comma separated values. Or you can have a Google sheet that you can use. So choose the format you like. See how it's supposed to look like. You will have to insert a time zone to set your time zone. And then basically each row is a set of values. What you can do is just copy that template into a separate file. And now you have to enter your conversions. So the conversions you got earlier from your affiliate system or your shopping system, just take each value and enter the Google Click ID, comma, let's say you're using the CSV format, so you have commas in each row. You have a Google Click ID, comma, the name. This will be the name that I told you to write down earlier, the same one that's set in Google Conversion Actions. Then you have, comma, conversion time, comma, conversion value, if you want to set values. If it's a sale, then of course you want to. If it's a lead, then you have to think about if each lead is worth a certain amount that you are sure of, or if you just want to set 0, you can do that too. And then the currency. Save the file. There isn't much left now, but let me read about our sponsor today first. It's ClickMeter. Go to internetadvertisingpodcast.com/tracking to get started with very good conversion tracking. ClickMeter is a tracking solution that lets you get the most out of your links. You can have stats from all your campaigns, and if you're an affiliate, from all your affiliate networks in one place. That makes it a lot easier to analyze the data. You don't have to log into dozens of places to see how much you spent where and how much you made. It helps you track views, clicks, and conversions. It helps you monitor broken links, click fraud. It helps you target visitors. And if you want to, you can share data with clients or partners. They have over 100,000 big and small businesses as clients. So try them out. go to internetadvertisingpodcast.com/tracking to get a 30-day free trial. Back to importing conversions. Once you have the file ready, you can upload it. So go to Uploads, click the plus sign, and upload the file. Google will analyze it and see if it can match the click IDs with actual clicks that happened, and it imports it into the system. One thing to remember is if you add a new conversion, if you just added conversion actions, you have to wait a couple of hours for the system to mull them over, and then you can add the conversions using those conversion actions. Anyway, after some time, you can check your stats. You can add columns to see conversion values, conversions, if you haven't turned those on yet. And you can see exactly which click, which campaign, which ad resulted in the actions you're interested in. All this is nice, but if you're going to be doing it by hand, it's going to be very hard because you'll have to do it every single day to get quick data. So what you want to do is automate that. First thing is, like I said, if you have an affiliate network, most of them have postbacks. So you can try that out, read about postbacks. You can have the affiliate network automatically report all the conversions into your server. And then your server can, once a day, take all the conversions that have the GCL ID set and just put them into a file. If you're doing it yourself with a script, the easy format is going to be a CSV. That's very easy to do, easier than, say, an Excel spreadsheet. Now, some solutions, shopping solutions, for example, can also put data into Google Sheets. So that's a way you can do it. Once you have that file, the CSV, for example, you can put it on your server just on a normal website, on an FTP server, or just as a file on your website. And this is a cool part. What you can do is you can have Google automatically check that file once every 24 hours or less often. So when you go to imports, you have an option that says schedules. And when you have schedules, you can choose as a source HTTPS. That will be just a normal website. Enter the address of the CSV file that's being generated and set when you want it, say every 24 hours at 1 a.m. And that's when Google will go to that website and check the file. So if you have a separate script on your server that automatically generates that file once a day, puts all the conversions there, Google will get it. And when you wake up in the morning, check the stats for the previous day, you'll have all your normal Google data, the clicks, impressions, but you'll also have your conversion data there and see what converted and what didn't. You can view that yourself. That's interesting. But like I said, the best thing about this is that you can have Google automatically optimize everything based on that conversion data. I hope you got some interesting data out of this podcast. You can find us at internetadvertisingpodcast.com. Check out our sponsor at internetadvertisingpodcast.com/tracking to get great conversion tracking. And if you want to hear more, be sure to subscribe wherever you listen. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Overcast, Google Podcasts, or your podcast client of choice. You can also reach me on Twitter at GocMichael. That's GocMichal. And let me know what you'd like me to talk about next. Till next time.